M0FXB Quansheng UVK5 K6. How do you scan a range? So for example, we've got here on the A band and we're using Exuma firmware, and I'll show you how to load this. So to select A and B, see the two, just hold it down, the number 2, and you're selecting A and B. So whatever you type in the A or the B becomes your scan range. So you can see we've got 27555 and 29554. We could put in 145 megahertz. It's up to you. So at the moment, I just hold down the 5, and the scanning range that we've got on the A and the B becomes the scanning range there. And when we press and hold the star, we're now scanning between those two ranges. Okay, and then press the PTT to exit. Now to come out of that, you just press and hold 5. Now you will need to load Exuma firmware to do this, and I'll show you in a second. So we've come out, but what you can press is go F, then 5, and then you can still scan, but you're scanning with a spectrum scope. That's very cool. And the thin line that you're seeing here is squelch, and to move that up and down, you just press the star, up or down F. And you can even change the mode. If you look here, FM at the moment, it's very small, and we press like so, and it's now become AM and upper sideband, and it's, I would say it's a digital version of sideband, and the audio is quite squashed. So let's quickly show you how to load the firmware. But remember, whatever band you are scanning, you do need to get the right antenna for that band, and the best one's going to be up on the roof, of course, or you on a hill. That's the same thing. So think, if you're going to need a CB antenna, or you're going to need an airband antenna, or and so on, or a 70cm antenna. So that doesn't matter. So watch the rest so you can load this up. Exuma obviously has way more functions than just this scanning, but I just thought I'd show you. And to come out of the the scanning mode, just press the exit. Watch the rest of the video. There's your exit. And very easy just to go back to the hand bands, 145, 600, and if you want to go in memory mode, you literally just hold down the 3. Because what's happened with the Exuma is they've done away with the F, then press 3, F, then press 2. And of course you can hold down 1, just going through the bands. And you've still got a broadcast radio, which I think is F, then 0. Broadcast radio. Right, watch the rest. M0FXB, both on UVK5, K6. Someone asked me to load the latest Exuma firmware. You're going to need this cable. I'll put the link in the description. Plug the cable in here, just the twin pins there, into your PC as well. When you plug it in your PC, go to your Windows squares here, right click. Let me just move this radio. On the Windows square, device manager, double click, and then go here, look, USB serial CH340, so it's COM3, that's the number you want. So now back to the Exuma link, which is just here. Now I'll put the direct link in. This is via browser, so you don't have to download anything, is what I like. So connect your cable, and it automatically puts the latest Exuma there, which looks like it's 22. And then you need to put it into firmware mode. So turn off the radio, like so, and push the PTT and turn on. And the torch comes on, blank screen, and you're in firmware mode. And then just press flash, and it's going to ask for that COM3. Do that again, and we're looking for COM3. Where is it? I did find it. There it is there. Connect. And it just flashes. And it's really good firmware. We'll have a quick look at the instruction manual page as well. But one of the neat ones is you can hold down the 5 and it will scan between a start range and a finish range. Let it do its thing. That's it, it reboots. And just for example, You can see here, and it's got the airband fixed, so it's going to be the best sounding airband for one of these budget radios. But anyway, if you press and hold, if you type in a frequency first, like for example 145 there on the A band, and to go to A and B, just press and hold 2, and it goes up and down. So on the A band, we type in 145, let's go 800, for example. Go to the B band, press and hold, leave that at 1400, and then press and hold 5, and you've got a scan range, start and finish. Exit. Will it let me exit? Oh, PTT, I bet. Yeah, to come out, you actually hold down the 5 again. And to go back in, and you can have it at the top or the bottom if you come out and go to the press and hold to the A band, and then press the 5. And it scans when you press and hold the scan. It's quite fast actually. It's scanning now between those parameters. You can set the the frequency step, so it's very fine at the moment. And also you can stop it with the PTT. You can also, if you press and hold, let me just do this, press and hold 5. Well, let's stop it first. Press and hold 5, then get this time go F, then 5, and you get the whole. You're scanning now, but you can actually visually see it, so that's pretty cool. And then there's a thin white line there just above the threshold. Let me unplug there. It is that sort of weird squashed AM, if you ask me, but it's a £20 radio. So to bring the sort of squelch line up and down, you move it up and down with the F. Look at that. Down with the F, up with the scan, and then adjust it accordingly. To change the step rate, press this is like the frequency gaps up here in the corner. Press the 1 and or the 7, and it changes the step rate. Oh. If you press the 0, you actually change the mode. See that upper sideband? FM, AM. That's what we're getting there as well. And yes, you can type in, you can do the CB frequencies if you want. Let's just exit out of that. F5. Look at that as a frequency input selection there. So let's just go 0 to 7. Oops. Let's just put that in a minute. One sec. Right, back to the beginning. So we're going to go 0 to 7555 on the B. We'll go 0 to 9, 555 again. Then press and hold 5. And then we'll go, well, we can just press scan, or if we exit a minute, press and hold F5. And then we're in the scanning, and now we're scanning the CB, and we can bring that down. We need a CB antenna, otherwise you're not going to pick up much, because you need the right antenna for the right band. That's the one thing to remember. Airband, if you stand outside with the stock antenna, you're actually going to do something. That'll be okay. But when it comes to a CB band, you need a much longer antenna. And if you're going to do any bands, unusual frequencies that this radio can get, now it's got Exuma, you're going to need to swap around the antennas, or just take off the antenna that you've got, get yourself a discone, put it in the loft, and then just screw it, screw with an adapter. And there's lots of adapters. Just look up SMA adapter, yeah, and then you can add your external antenna. But anyway, this was really more about just loading up the latest firmware easily in 2025. Bye for now.